In the United States, if you had a typical blue-collar job in 1970, you could support a family of 4 and buy a house with a lawn and put your kids through college. Today, that same job might not even cover the monthly rent for a studio apartment. Many self-help gurus will tell you it is because you are not working hard enough or that you haven't mastered the latest skills. But the truth is, you are experiencing a systemic devaluation. Inflation isn't just about prices rising. It is the systematic erasure of your life's value. You think inflation means you have less money, but it actually means your time has become cheaper. 10 years ago, 1 hour of your life could buy a decent dinner. Today, that same hour only buys half a sandwich. According to long-term tracking by the Economic Policy Institute, from 1979 to 2026, productivity in the United States grew by 64.7%, but actual wages only grew by 14.8%. This means that a full 50% of labor results, the moment they are produced, they are drained away by a certain algorithm. We need to dismantle the 3 cold mechanisms driving it: wage rigidity, asset inflation, and the Cantillon effect. In the first layer of the algorithm is your source of income. The company appreciates your dedication, so we decided to give you a 3.5% raise. Translated into the language of economics, this means, even though the actual cost of living has risen by 8%, I bet you I'll only stare at the positive 3.5% and not realize that you just took a disguised pay cut of 4.5%. In the economic algorithm, price increases are instant, at the speed of light. But wage adjustments are sluggish, at a snail's pace. Employers lock in your compensation using budget years and contract terms as excuses, forcing you to use yesterday's prices to pay for today's costs. You find yourself falling into learned helplessness. The more you earn, the further you feel from financial security. You spend your whole life chasing after last year's purchasing power. You aren't building wealth through labor. You are just fighting erosion through labor. Asset inflation has turned housing from a sanctuary into a wealth extractor. You should save money. Renting is a waste of life. The algorithm behind this is, I've already artificially pushed up house prices through Fed policy. Now I need you to shoulder 30 years of debt to convert the rest of your life into interest income for me. Cash and labor are classified as liability assets because they are constantly depreciating, while real estate and stocks are classified as privileged assets. The wealthy are in an elevator, floating up automatically with the issuance of currency. Average workers are climbing the stairs, the gap between them permanently fixed by the algorithm. Since 2020, the U.S. National Home Price Index has jumped at more than 4 times the rate of wage growth. We need to discuss the most hidden part of this algorithm, the geography of money. The Fed is injecting liquidity into the market to maintain financial system stability. Currency does not fall evenly on everyone like rain. It's like a pot of freshly boiled water, and there's someone who drinks it first. Newly issued currency always flows first to banks and large institutions. Big institutions get this money at near zero interest rates before it loses value, and quickly buy up real estate and quality assets. By the time this money finally reaches you as a paycheck, prices have already gone up. This is a legal, targeted plunder of purchasing power. This algorithm is everywhere in Hollywood narratives. In Succession, Logan Roy once said, "Money is your armor." But the reality is, money is no longer armor. It is your labor controller. Before you even enter the workforce, the system grants you $100,000 in debt, forcing you into a specific algorithmic track. If you try to jump off the track, one major illness will wipe out all your labor savings. Because a person burdened with debt is the most submissive consumable for the algorithm. In the wrong algorithm, the harder you work, the closer to poverty you might get. If 100% of your income comes from selling time, you have no defense. Don't have unrealistic loyalty to a company. In the eyes of the algorithm, you are a cost. Only assets are the way out. If you cannot be the person who gets the money first, at least do not be the last person holding onto cash. Understanding this algorithm doesn't mean you'll win the game immediately, but it can stop you from feeling the guilt of self-denial when your hard work yields no results. I am your structural interpreter. Subscribe to our channel and let's see through the power skeleton of this world together. When was the last time you felt your raise couldn't keep up with inflation? Leave your story in the comments. Let's see how this algorithm is running in the real world.